So you're finally ready to own a home. Great! That's phenomenal! But you're considering a rent-to-own situation. That may not be so phenomenal. Let's dig into some of the pros and cons when it comes to rent-to-own. Let's start with the pros. You ready? Got your pen and paper? All right, here we go. None! In my opinion, there are no pros to rent-to-own situation because most of the time they're predatory. They are an installment contract, which usually is frowned upon, and there is so much liability for you, the renter, not the owner, when it comes to a rent-to-own situation. So you can go online and people will try to paint stories about you can understand what the development or the neighborhood offers before you buy the home. You can rent a regular home and get to understand what the neighborhood is like. And if you don't know what the neighborhood is like, we live in the world of information. You can go online, just like you probably are right now to watch this video, and get information. You can call the local municipalities and get information on crime rates. You do not need to get into a rent-to-own situation simply to learn about what the community offers. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Let's hop right on over and take a look at some of the cons. And there are quite a few. Generally, when you own a home, you get to reap the benefits of being a homeowner. One of those benefits is that you pay interest and taxes in your mortgage payment. Well, at the end of the year, you actually can write that off, which will reduce your tax liability. When you are in a rent-to-own situation, technically you're a tenant. You are paying somebody else's insurance and taxes in which there is no tax benefit for you. Another valuable thing to consider is that when you own a home, your on-time mortgage payments get reflected on your credit score, increasing your credit. Generally, and if those payments are on time, your credit score goes which way? That way. When you are in a rent-to-own situation, you are paying somebody else's mortgage and it does not get reflected on your credit. Therefore, there is no value to paying someone else's mortgage if you are looking to increase your credit scores or have a history of mortgage payments on your credit. The other thing that I don't understand when it comes to rent-to-own situations is that both parties try to agree upon a sale price today for a sale that may not happen at all, but generally is supposed to happen several years down the road. Now, real estate goes in waves. Sometimes values are up, sometimes values are down. Generally, you want to agree upon a sale price during the time frame in which you're going to be closing on the home because that helps you actually pay what the house is worth. Repairs. We all love them, right? No, but they come up. That's the reality of it. Whether you're owning a home or renting a home, repairs come up. But now you're in a rent-to-own situation, more than likely, even though you don't own the home, you are responsible for the repairs. You're going to be putting money, your hard-earned money, towards repairing a house that you don't own and that you may never own. You have no control. What do I mean by that? Simple. You have no control. Ultimately, you are making payments to your landlord. You have no control beyond that. If that landlord isn't making mortgage payments on that property, isn't keeping up with the taxes on that property, if life comes into play, maybe they get into some other credit challenges and issues, those creditors can place liens against the property in which you think you're going to be owning one day. Now all of a sudden that is completely changed because you have no control. You cannot control what the homeowner who you're making payments to does with that property. So you have no control. Now you're gonna love this one. Now, we didn't talk much about how rent-to-own situations are generally structured, but majority of them either require for you to upfront put down a significant amount of money, $5, $10, $15, $20 plus $1,000, or if you don't have all that money at once, what I've seen happen is on top of your monthly payment, there is an additional fee. So let's say you're paying $1,000 a month towards the purchase of the property. And then because you don't have any money saved up for your down payment, the structure of the agreement states that you are going to make an additional $400 payment every month. So now you're paying $1,400 a month, and that $400 is going to go towards your down payment. So at the end of, let's just say, 3 years, you have several $1,000s that you can put down towards your down payment. That sounds great. Sounds great, right? But let's say you miss one payment, or you're even a day late on one payment, because I have seen these structured that way. You may forfeit all of the money that you have put down. All of your savings, all of the money that you thought was going towards the ownership of your new home is now gone. So that's another big thing to take into consideration when it comes to renting to own, because majority of the times they're predatory. Now let's face it, life happens. We all have hardships, especially when we never expect for them to happen. And sometimes those hardships put us in a situation where we may not be able to pay our monthly expenses. Now, when you own a home and you're paying a mortgage, there are workout options. There are things put in place to keep you in your home. There are loan modifications, workouts, but when you are in a rent-to-own situation, those options do not exist. As a matter of fact, most landlords who actually structure rent-to-own situations may want for you to default and not make a payment, simply because that allows for them, in most situations, to keep your deposit. All of that money that you've been working so hard to put aside, or that you have given to the landlord in good faith, can simply be gone, like that. So again, keep in mind, most of these situations are predatory. If you want to own a home, there are other ways to go about it other than rent-to-own situations. And again, not saying that they are all predatory and that they are all scams, but a majority of them are. So please exercise caution. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can reach me at any time right on our website, www.rdcaffiliates.com. And with that being said, thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. I'm Chris Nelson with Allison James Estates and Homes, helping buyers and sellers in the greater Philadelphia area and surrounding markets. Until next time, take care.